Hi, my name is Monica Williams. I'm one of the teachers at the Contra Costa Music Guilds. And today's video is about tricks and tips for figuring out major scales. So you've been playing a while in bands and you know some of the scales and you're just having trouble with all those hard scales, the ones that have a lot of the sharps and flats in them. Well, there's a little trick that I like to teach my students for this that I'm going to teach you today. First, we're going to review the circle of fifths. Not too much because there's lots of videos talking about the circle of fifths, but we're going to review it just a little bit because we need to know and understand some of the basics for how scales are created. So the name for this is circle of fifths, and just like it sounds, I go around in fifths. So C is 1, D, E, F, G is a fifth, G, A, B, C, D, D, E, F, G, A. As I go around the scale, I continue in fives until I get to the 6 o'clock position right here, and I count F sharp and G flat. Well, I know F sharp and G flat are the same thing, so I begin counting the G flat around the side, which is my flat side. So if you're a pattern person, once you've already counted this, you'll notice that the pattern continues. So G, D, A, E, B, and F. And this makes it so that it makes this little trick, this math magic that I'm going to show you, possible. One other thing that you should note about the circle of fifths is that as you go around, you add on a sharp or flat. So this direction is the sharps. I have an F, and then I add a C, and then I add a G, and then I have a D. Here's the trick that I like to teach. Fat cats go down alleys eating bananas. The flat order is the mere opposite of that. So the opposite order. It starts with a B. B-E-A-D literally spells this word bead. Bead. And then G, C, F. Greatest common factor is one thing I like to think of. So the, whoops, get this next sheet up here. There we go. So order of the sharps, fat cats go down alleys eating bananas. Order of the flats, bead, G, C, F. We kind of need to know that. You just have to memorize that. And I think a lot of students know that. Now, what we're talking about in this little trick thing is getting the scales instantaneously. So here's my trick, my equation. Blank plus blank equals 7. What that means is that most of us know that a B flat scale has 2 flats. That's the first scale we learned. We played a lot of times. B flat has 2 flats. But if I'd ask a student to play B major, which was learned later, there's a lot of thought process. Does it have 3? Does it have 4? Does it have 5? Does it have 6? So here's my trick. 2 flats plus blank equals 7. So 2 flats in B flat, 5 sharps in B major equals 7. Every single scale will work like this. So let's explore and make sure that this is true. Let's go through all the scales, just like this. Okay, so this one we did. So B flat has 2 flats, B major has 5 sharps. Okay, C major has nothing. It's the first scale you learn in piano, so C major has 0. But C flat has 7 flats, all of them, has all the flats. 0 plus 7 equals 7. C major has 0, but C sharp has 7 as well, all the sharps this time, so every single sharp. F major is a scale we learned early on. It only has 1 flat, and its counterpart, F sharp, then has 6 sharps. 1 plus 6 equals 7. G major only has 1 sharp. G flat would have 6 flats. D major has 2 sharps. D flat, its counterpart, would have 5 flats. A major has 3 sharps, but A flat has 4. E flat has 3 flats, but E major has 4 sharps. It's kind of helpful if you note this, that most of the flat scales have a flat in their name. So if someone asks you to play a B major scale, they don't mean B flat. You don't just assume that it's B flat if you've been playing in bands a while. You know, B major is a different scale than B flat. The only exception to that is F major. You just have to memorize has 1 flat. Every other single scale, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, C flat, is going to have a flat in its name. So hopefully this was helpful for you. So next time you get in an audition, you get like in a head jam, like, you know, I forget if E major has four or three or five. If you know that E flat has three flats, you'll know that E major has four sharps. So that's something that's been really helpful, and I hope you found it helpful too.